Alrighty, everybody, welcome into a wide eye mock draft. You got Brenner, you got Spoon, you got Dahl over there, and you got Riley on the far end. We're going to be doing our fifth mock draft this week. We're going to be running it with a very special general manager in Spoon Man over here. He's going to be our GM as we do every week. We have one general manager, and then the rest of us are his scouts, his liaisons, his little helpers, people who give him tips, tidbits, but Spoon will get the final say. Spoon, how you feeling? You feeling good about this?
I'm feeling confident, man. I mean, I've had some practice, so hopefully I don't fuck this one up too bad.
All right, so first things first, we got the Bears on the clock. Who you got? We're gonna get right underway with this.
Do
We're gonna
we
get
even
out
need
to
to
it.
say anything?
I don't.
You think they're gonna go Caleb Williams?
It's Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
obvious.
All right, Caleb to the Bears. All right, now we got the
All but
Washington
confirmed.
Commanders on the clock. I am gonna recommend, sir, as the GM of the Washington Commanders, that you take Jaden Daniels.
I second that.
Third.
Yep. I figured this one was pretty obvious as well. I will be taking Jaden Daniels as the number 2 pick.
Boom. All right, now is where things get interesting, right? Because now we got New England on the clock. And you are now the general manager of the New England Patriots. And, let's just take a look here. There are a few teams that are willing to trade with us. We have Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Indy, LA, and the Eagles. I would recommend, either New York, Minnesota, or Las Vegas in a trade.
Do you personally think Minnesota would trade up and take Drake May?
No.
I think they only trade up if Jaden Daniels is on the board at 3.
Are you asking me or the GM?
You, as the
me?
Vikings insider.
Yes, I believe that Kevin O'Connell has a man crush on Drake May because he's a Justin Herbert clone, and Justin Herbert is his favorite quarterback in the NFL. So I absolutely believe they would trade up for Drake May here. Now it depends on what our GM thinks he should do. What's in his best interest?
Yes.
They should trade with the Raiders.
So as of right now, I am not thinking a trade, and I think the Patriots are just going to take Drake May here.
Think the Patriots just take Drake May?
I think they just take Drake May. The reason behind that is because I don't think the Vikings have 2 first-round picks. I don't think they need to give them up to try to reach for Drake May. Personally, I think that they would be just fine drafting or just sticking with Sam Darnold. And then possibly they could get a quarterback later in this round to back him up, or they could wait until next year to get a quarterback and back him up if the season's not good enough. So,
all right, so we're sending Drake May?
Yep.
All right, Drake May sent. Drake May to New England. So now we have Arizona. Arizona's on the clock. We do have some potential trade partners here. You can't see them on this screen, but they're on my screen. We have New York, Tennessee, Las Vegas, New Orleans, couple later round picks, Dallas, Green Bay, Detroit, Baltimore. A couple different teams there that are willing to trade. What do you think? Do you think we just take the thing we all think they're going to do?
Yes.
Yeah, is that what you guys think?
I'm thinking Marvin Harrison
Yeah,
Jr.
wide receiver.
I don't think they're in a position
100%.
to trade down.
We go Marvin Harrison?
Well,
Yeah.
in my position over here,
Yeah,
I think that there are multiple things that could happen with this pick right here.
I agree.
I think that we could definitely trade it away. We could trade it to the Vikings, who could be looking for a quarterback. We could trade it to the Broncos, who are definitely looking for a quarterback. We could also, I know that Marvin Harrison is the pick, but they could take Malik Neighbors here too.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great pro day, but I'm just gonna stick with it, and I'm just gonna go with Marvin Harrison.
All right. You had me leaning
All
there
that
for a
huffing
second.
and hawing.
You had me leaning there
I
for a
know.
second for the
It's like-
Neighbors.
There's
All right.
a lot of things hey, slow down, everybody. There's a lot of things we can do.
There's
with
a
this pick.
lot of things we can
But
do.
I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'm gonna stick with it.
So I'm gonna say, as the GM of the Chargers, that we should go Neighbors here.
Okay.
We just lost our 2 biggest weapons on the outside, and we should go Neighbors.
I agree. I think the last time didn't we have him taking Joe Alt last time?
I think
I don't remember.
I don't
I can't
remember.
remember for sure.
Yeah, but after
know we've had
after
taken Joe
losing
Alt
all those
once.
weapons, look for them to take one.
Okay.
No, we had him going Brock Bowers. Remember? I talked you into Brock Bowers.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Which I'm not gonna say no to Brock Bowers here. He's definitely the best tight end prospect in this draft, and a top 5 skill position player. But Malik Neighbors has kind of changed my mind. I've watched a little more tape on him, and I don't know, man. He looks like a dog. Just looks like a dog. But the Brock Bowers thing, you do have Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey in division. So, like, you see how that dynamic works, and having a great tight end is a great safety blanket and will only help your quarterback grow. So, do you give Justin Herbert his Travis Kelce, or do you give Peyton Manning his Marvin Harrison?
Peyton Manning.
Just a tall, big arm quarterback. That's all I was going for there.
Yeah. So before I would say that I think that we could trade this pick away.
Oh, you want to see the trade? There's
but
3
no,
teams
I'm not.
No?
We're not offering it though. We're not going to do it
Okay.
because we are going to go with Malik Neighbors here.
Malik Neighbors goes to the Chargers. All right, now we got the Giants on the clock.
Okay.
What do you feel? What do you think?
Well, the problem with this is that the Giants we really need a wide receiver, like bad. But the top 2 wide receivers just win.
Is there an early run?
Didn't Darren Waller retire?
Yes.
Could Brock Bowers go here? He's the top weapon on the board on a position you just lost.
He definitely could.
Yeah, why don't they have tight end under needs? That's weird.
Hold on. Let's see if Darren Waller's officially announced.
No, he was talking about it.
We're gonna find out if he's actually retired yet, because I don't think he's actually. The Pro Bowl tight end contemplated retirement immediately following the year via the New York Post. Waller has not decided whether he will play in 2024, as he is currently weighing his options. That was via CBS Sports on March 7th. So it was a month ago, but there's been nothing since then. Yeah. So he's still on the team. He hasn't decided he's retiring. If he does come back, that you don't you don't really run a team that, or they don't run a system up there that's built for 2 tight ends.
Yeah,
I would go either Joe Alt or Rome Odunze. Either one. Either one's a great pick here.
I love how
you're not wrong.
QB as their needs.
I want you to go and look at who is interested in this pick, though.
All right, we got 10 trade offers. How far back are you willing to trade? Like,
not too far. Not too far back.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks at 18 or under. So Cincinnati at 18, New Orleans at 14, Las Vegas at 13, Denver at 12, Minnesota at 11, and Chicago at 9.
Okay. So here I think it comes down to who wants JJ McCarthy more. Are the Vikings or the Broncos going to give me more for this pick? Which one?
Let's see what the Broncos can give. The Broncos can give a first this year, a first next year, and a third this year. I feel like, let's see, 3. It's saying underneath down here, it's saying it has a 3% chance to be accepted.
Okay.
So not a very high likelihood.
So what would the Vikings give me?
So I think as the Vikings insider, you get 11 and 23. 2 first-round picks this season. You know what you're getting. And then probably like around 4.
I think I like it.
I think those are I would imagine it looks more like this. I would imagine it looks just the 2 first-rounders because you're only jumping up 5 spots. And I feel like a first-rounder is worth 5 spots.
I like it.
So I feel like this is the max the Vikings would give.
And I think that with the 2 top wide receivers already off the board, which is who the Giants would be looking to get, I think that's perfectly fine. They can now get a receiver and an offensive lineman to help them out. They can get a top offensive lineman at that. So I like it.
So you want to send this through? Send this trade?
Yep.
Boom.
Y'all want to help me out with the Vikings pick? Do y'all know who they're going to take here?
What? Sorry, I was picking JJ McCarthy. I didn't hear you.
Okay.
No, I think they go JJ McCarthy, right? Like you trade up.
Obviously.
You're not
You
trading
trade-
up for Bo Nix or Michael Penix here. I know Spoon's high on Bo Nix. I've watched a little more film on him. I'm a little higher than I was, but I don't think Bo Nix or Michael Penix are worthy of these picks, and I think JJ McCarthy is. Send it.
Send it.
Super stoked over here. All
You
right, we got
get
Titans on
JJ McCarthy at 6. So.
tight end. Titans are on the clock now, sir. You are the general manager of the Titans, and I imagine you're going Joe Alt here.
Joe Alt, yeah. I don't think y'all
It
need to
still
talk.
says wide receiver is a need for them, but they got Calvin Ridley in the offseason, so they ain't gonna need that. Falcons are on the clock. Do they go Brock Bowers here? Kirk loves a safety blanket tight end. Kirk loves it.
They already have Kyle Pitts. They're not going to waste a.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
another
Fair enough.
tight
Fair
end.
enough. So we got we're not going Rome or Dunze. Do they go
Well,
Jerzon Newton?
I think they need an edge rusher here.
Edge rusher? I'll pull up the edge rushers. Hold on one second.
And there's
Edge
2 that come to
defenders.
mind.
So we got Liatu Latu, Dallas Turner, Jared Verse. Jared Verse is my number 1 guy. Dallas Turner is my number 2.
It's between Jared Verse and Dallas Turner. So tell me which one should I take, guys?
I think Jared Verse is an
Jared Verse.
unstoppable pass rusher. I think Dallas Turner is the better edge defender. But if you want somebody who's just going to win on the edge every time, I take Jared Verse. No question. Dude's an
All right,
animal.
Riley, you cool with it?
Yep.
All right, send it.
Jared Verse. All right, Chicago. Chicago. What are we
Back on
doing
the
in
board.
Chicago? I kind of like Brock Bowers here.
I don't know. We've still got Cole Kmet on his second contract, and we just signed Gerald Everett, who.
This is true. You could have the best tight end room in the league.
Yeah, but you don't
But at
need
that
it.
point, I feel like we're too deep. I mean, Gerald
Yeah.
Everett was a
All right.
B starter last year.
Well, you guys
Didn't
don't
they
need
just get-
Odunze now
Why?
because they have Keenan Allen and DJ Moore.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we only have what?
Hold on. If
five-
you're about to make an argument saying our tight end room is too deep, but we could use another receiver, your receiver room is light years ahead of where your tight end room is.
Our receiver room has 5 people in it. If you're gonna, and
Yeah, you only carry 6
one-
on a roster.
one of them is a rookie going into his second year. The other 2 are practice squad guys.
I would say this to the GM. If you plan on extending Keenan Allen after this season, you do not take a receiver here. Now, if you're willing to give up Keenan Allen, that 4th round pick for a 1-year rental and then never bring him back, you don't go, or you go receiver here. But if you're trying to extend Keenan Allen past this year, you do not take a receiver here. That's my closing remarks.
Why are you so against having a third receiver?
I'm not. I am against it because you'll have to pay Keenan Allen next year.
We still have we had the 5th most cap space this year. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
exactly like we're running out of money.
No, but you will eventually spend money in other spots like safety.
DJ has 2 more years on his contract, I think, maybe 3.
I can pull it up real quick. Pull it up over here. Let's see here. Cole, see,
I
the
don't know,
thing
man.
for me is Brock Bowers is light years
Ooh.
ahead of Cole Kmet. Like Brock Bowers is potentially a top 3 tight end, and Cole Kmet's at best tight end, 8, 7-ish area. So Romo Dunze isn't a potential top 3 receiver in my opinion. So it doesn't make sense for me to pass on the better player when you can just take best player available. Like the Bears have the ability to just take best player available. So
And
that's
there's still the option to trade down too.
yeah, there is one
We-
team looking to trade with the Bears, the
We
Niners.
have 2 day 2, day 3 picks. We do not have very many picks in this draft.
So here's the thing with Cole Kmet is after this season, you can get $7, $8, and $10 million in cap relief after this year by cutting him for the following years. So having a rookie tight end on the books for the next 5 years, 2 years past his contract end, it just seems like a smart thing to do. You gain money and get a better player. But I'm not the GM. I'm just giving my thoughts. I also could see the Bears going like Cooper DeJean, Quentin Mitchell. I could also see him go edge rusher. Edge rusher could be a thing.
Edge rusher and defensive tackle. I'm not too sure they would go anywhere in the secondary. We drafted Tyreek Stevenson, who I thought was the best defensive secondary rookie last year. And we have Kyler Gordon, who isn't really well known, but he's an okay slot guy. He does his job. We just signed Kevin Byard, and we still have Jaquan Brisker on his rookie deal.
GM, what are you thinking?
I don't think we're going to take Rome Odunze here.
Okay.
I think we take Dallas Turner. I think we need the edge rusher.
Okay.
All
right. I'm not mad at it.
No,
I'm not mad at it.
All right.
Dallas Turner goes to Chicago. I got to deal with his fucking ass for the next 5 years. All right. So we got the New York Jets on the clock. What are we thinking here?
Quarterback.
Brock Bowers?
Quarterback?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like, what the fuck? I like Brock Bowers here.
Yeah.
Who's the Jets? Who's their tight end right now?
I
Exactly.
have no clue. That's why I have them going with Brock
If the
Bowers.
four of us don't know who the tight end is, they probably need a tight end.
There's two people for me, and y'all said one of them, and then the other one is obviously the top guy.
I don't think they need they signed Mike Williams and they have Garrett Wilson.
So you think they pass on Rome Odunze here?
Yeah, I don't think they go Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Or Roma Dunze.
I think they go Brock Bowers.
Who?
I mean,
This
I'm
would
gonna
be a prime trade spot. Who's interested in trading with me?
Denver, Las Vegas, Dallas, Arizona, and Detroit. But who are they trading up for here? You can only trade up a couple of spots here, and there's no quarterback left on the board that anybody would want.
Well, I was going to say somebody could really, really want Rome Odunze here.
Dallas
or
could.
Brock Bowers.
Well, I don't know. I feel like someone would offer them if the Jets really think Brock Bowers is who they want. I mean, who did the Giants? The Giants took a quarterback, right? No, they didn't.
The Giants traded down with Minnesota. The Giants are up after you.
Yeah, so they're probably not going to trade up.
No.
I think Brock Bowers is the no brainer pick here. I'm going to tell you that. No, like you. Yeah. I think you guys are really undervaluing Brock Bowers. I
just think it's high for a tight end to go in the top 10.
But he is being. I mean, Kyle Pitts went 6 or 7, and Brock Bowers is.
See how that went.
But Brock Bowers is being slated as a better prospect, and I think Kyle Pitts has been stuck with Arthur Smith. I don't think that's his fault. Let's be real.
All right. Okay. Well, if you're taking Brock Bowers here, then you take him, and I know who the Giants are taking next.
Well, you're the GM.
Yes.
I'm just telling you what I think. You make the decision.
I think the Giants should trade up one spot here.
Hold on.
They should
Why?
Yeah. I do. Because why not take Rome Odunze here? Why not? If you guys,
then why did they trade?
Listen.
Hold on. Let Spoon talk.
If you guys are telling me, hey, Brock Bowers is the best guy on the board, why not try to get something out of the Giants, make them think, hey, we're going to take Rome Odunze here unless you offer me something.
Because they in no way, shape, or form the Giants would never believe you're going to take Rome Odunze because they don't need a receiver, and they have an established receiver, and they just signed a receiver. They do not.
They can take the top receiver off the board right here.
Name the last team that had 2 great wide receivers that just took a 3rd wide receiver early in the draft.
Playing great though.
But what are you talking about? He's been playing fine.
Fine. Or you could get a stud with Rome Odunze, and I think
Rome Odunze is a bust. So
you think so?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're that
I
low
think-
on him?
I think he's Laquan Treadwell 2.0. He doesn't win with technique. He doesn't win with speed. He wins with raw physical ability, and in the NFL, that does not work.
So more than likely, I am overthinking this a little bit, but I think that if they wanted to, we could.
I mean, you're
probably
the
get,
GM.
We could probably get an extra pick out of the Giants for them to trade up one spot to take Roma Dunze. But let's go Brock Bowers, and then let's let the Giants just take Roma Dunze in the next
All
pick.
right.
That's who they're going with.
Yeah,
So Brock
I was about to
Bowers,
say that just
That
seems
is
like a
definitely-
move for them to trade
absolutely.
up to,
But you could still get a pick out of the why not think like a GM here? Why not try to the Giants
'Cause
are looking for a
I
wide
think that-
receiver.
I think the Giants call your bluff. If I'm the Giants GM, I say, I dare you. I dare
I don't
you.
know.
Go ahead, take
And
him.
I'd be like, okay, well then who the fuck are you taking? Because that means the top 3 wide receivers are off the board, and then who
But
the hell are they going to take at wide
But the
receiver?
Giants are okay with taking either person.
I would agree.
But I think the Giants definitely want Roma Dunze a lot more than they want Brock Bowers.
I think you're underestimating how good Brock Bowers is going to be.
Okay.
And how unstable Darren Waller seems to be.
Exactly. So, anyways, all right. Broncos are on the clock. Spoon. I know there's a little bit in you that wants to go
There's
Bo
a
Nix. dude. I
little
know
bit.
it's there. I know it's there. I'm gonna urge against it. I am going to recommend that we don't bring a rookie quarterback into this shit show we've created, and
Okay.
that we stack up good talent.
On
And
defense,
I would
on-
recommend looking at a trade with somebody.
Okay.
So there's one trade on the board. It's with the Seahawks at 16. I mean, we drop back 4 spots here. You see the top 4 guys. You can get any of these 4 guys at 16,
Take Bo Nix.
including Byron
No,
Murphy.
I was gonna say if I'm the Seahawks and I'm trying to trade up, there's only one guy here that I'm looking at, and that's Latu Latu.
Yeah.
I think personally, that's who I would go with if I'm the Seattle GM right now, which I am. Yeah, I just
What do you
don't
think?
know.
But I'm
Yeah.
just giving you advice.
I will say that if we are not looking for a trade here, man, I think I would go with a corner, and I'd go with Terrion Arnold.
The Alabama cornerback.
Yes, I think that would be my pick.
Send it.
Yeah, send that.
Sent. All right. We got the Raiders on the clock. What do you think here? No trades on the board. Nobody wants to trade.
Who are you guys thinking? I have somebody in mind already.
I'm saying Jason Newton or Jerzon Newton. You guys know I've said it before. I'm high on this kid. I think he's going to be an Aaron Donald like game wrecker in the NFL. I like this kid a lot.
Anybody else have
yeah.
have a thought?
Yeah, I agree. Jerzon Newton. Who just signed to be the Raiders quarterback? Did they
They
pick
signed
like-
somebody up?
someone
they-
really. They signed someone bad. I know that.
They let go
Gardner
of Jimmy
Minshew.
G. Yeah, they signed
Yeah,
Gardner and
Gardner.
let go of Jimmy G.
That's what it was. Gardner Minshew.
How dare you say Gardner Minshew's bad?
Hey,
The Bears
I
would
love
sign
that
Gardner
you said
Minshew,
Minshew,
and he
man.
would be the second greatest quarterback in Bears history. Day 1.
oh,
Just off of pure clout alone, he would be Bears' second greatest quarterback, right behind McMahon, right behind him. I mean, Gardner Minshew is a lot like McMahon too. When you think about it, like their auras are very similar. Like they're just both that fucking mullet, fucking sunglasses, jean shorts. Yeah, you see it now, don't you? You see it now. Yeah.
Okay, just to speed it up a little bit, as the Raiders.
Yeah,
This is
GM,
about the
there's-
Raiders.
There are
Sorry.
2 people that I'm looking at right now.
Okay, hit me.
So the first one is I just signed Gardner Minshew to a decent sized contract. Let's get somebody in there to protect him.
Okay.
Let's sign Talise Fuaga. He's on the board. He's
Sorry, I didn't mean to
He's
say that.
He's literally like the 4th one down. Yep.
Yep.
Or if we're not confident with Gardner Minshew, let's sign Michael Penix here. Or draft him, not sign him. Sorry.
You want?
I don't-
I mean, I think
Those are the 2 routes that I think we are going to go.
Who's
mean-
gonna take Penix from here down that you wouldn't be able to get him in the second round?
You don't know.
Yeah.
It's a draft. You don't know.
I would say
I don't think
Fuaga.
anyone left wastes a first round pick.
I'm leaning. I'm gonna say if it's between those two, I'm probably leaning Fuaga. Give me some protection for Gardner
Yeah,
Minshew here.
I think Fuaga is the right pick.
Okay.
Send it.
Send it.
Yep.
All right, Saints are on the clock.
All right.
I like Cooper DeJean here or Quinyon Mitchell, either one. Cooper
Cooper
DeJean
DeJean.
just announced today that he is football ready. He can resume full football activities.
Okay.
So he's
Cooper
healthy.
DeJean.
Dijon.
Anybody,
What do you
nobody
think,
else?
GM?
I think we sign a tackle. I think this is where linemen start going, and I think it's Fashanu out of Penn State.
All right. What do you think for Indy? They need wide receiver and DB.
I think this is where the DB goes. I think this is
Cooper
where
or Quinyon?
I think you're probably.
I like Cooper.
Is it,
I like Cooper to either Indy or New Orleans. Either one, I like Cooper.
All right, send Cooper.
Cool.
It's between them two. We're definitely drafting a DB here.
The Seahawks right here. I mean, Liatu Latu's sitting on the board, bro. We going with it?
You're right. He's there.
Okay, sent. Jacksonville. What do you feel? I can see Byron Murphy going right here. I can also see J.C. Latham.
I could also see Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, I can see some Nate Wiggins action. You like Nate Wiggins staying down south?
No,
No.
no, I don't. You know who we're
Who
going
you
with
like?
here? We're going with Byron Murphy here.
Byron Murphy to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
All right, Cincinnati, baby, you are on the clock. I mean,
There's one guy that I
Protect
think.
Joe Burrow, man.
Yep, and I think this is where they take. This is where Fatanu goes off the board.
Fatanu.
I think that's the best value there.
All right, LA. I mean, it's staring you in the face. Donald's gone.
Yeah.
Well, they just missed out on Byron Murphy, so that's
they
where,
get the second coming of Aaron Donald here.
This is where they're going with Newton.
All right, Steelers are on the clock. Oh, this is. I mean, I could very well. What's his name? I'm forgetting his name. The Brian Thomas Jr. I could see Brian Thomas going right here.
Especially after they traded Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
Jackson?
Deontay Johnson's gone. Him,
I
Lad
don't
McConkey,
I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't think we're gonna
Okay.
reach up there. I think we're gonna go with. We just got a brand new quarterback. We're gonna give him some protection. We're gonna go with Amarius Mims.
Cool.
Oh,
I like it. I like it. Miami. Who's gonna be on the beach? Who's going down to the south?
You ready? Who's going south?
Yeah.
And he's going on the opposite side of the fucking country. And that's Jackson Powers Johnson. That's exactly what they
I
need.
like
They
it.
just lost their
I
center.
like it. I like it. Philadelphia gets sniped. So that
Yep.
I will say, like in general, this area right here
It's a great
big
place. Yeah.
Philly to trade up. Like Philly lost out on the trade up, didn't work out. They need,
But I think
They'll have
Miami
to-
would beat. I think if they did trade up, Miami would beat them to it since they also lost their
yeah.
center.
Yeah.
I mean, let's. Who you got Philly going with? I see Nate Wiggins or Quinyon Mitchell here.
Yep, I was gonna say I see them taking a DB here.
Let's see.
Um,
You mind if I take a look at some?
go ahead. You can
I
look.
want to see their man coverage grade. So 88.78 and 78. I think they take Quinyon Mitchell here. They need somebody who can play man coverage. Like it?
Ooh.
Don't like it?
I'm really
see
eyeing.
Kool-Aid?
I'm eyeing down Nate Wiggins. That's who I'm eyeing down here.
So yeah, 74. Man, Philly's biggest thing is they couldn't play any man coverage. They had to sit in a zone because they couldn't play man coverage. They couldn't cover anybody. I really think they need a man cover corner.
It's just what bothers me as the Eagles GM is the fact that he went to Toledo, and I would
Yeah, but Randy Moss went to Marshall. Randy Moss
I
went to
get
Marshall.
that.
Like
I get that. But I'm saying
well-
I would be passing up on an ACC and an SEC corner here.
You're thinking too hard about it. You're overthinking it. take the better player in my opinion, and
Okay,
that's
if it's a bust, I'm gonna throw a fucking fit.
Blame
come back
Brenner.
at me. Come back at me hard. Get Dalton in here.
Giants are on
Dalton
the clock.
vanished
Ooh,
on
this
us.
is-
Get
this
Dalton
is-
in here.
Sorry.
All good. All
Oh,
good.
actually, I think this might. Who did we take earlier?
The Giants traded back with Minnesota,
and we took
then
Roma Dunze, correct?
Took
Yep.
Roma Dunze right there.
This is also another no-brainer for me. I think.
What do you think?
I'm thinking you take J.C. Latham. You get
Yep,
some protection.
I knew you said it earlier. Get a lineman and a receiver, and they did.
and that's
both those
exactly what
things.
they did. And they got a really good offensive lineman there as well.
All right, so
Okay,
I already know where you're going with this. Are we taking Graham Barton? Is that what we're doing here? Tyler Guyton? I know you just don't believe they're going to do anything but linemen. God
Bo
for
Nix.
fucking bid.
I don't think they're going to do anything to linemen.
Oh yeah, dude, they haven't signed Dak. You should probably draft Bo Nix here.
Yeah. Your man going to your team.
Yeah, dude, Dak's gone. He's out.
They're probably going
He's this is his last year.
Yeah, dude.
They're gonna go
let
with
him
Trey
play out his
Lance.
contract.
They're gonna go with
I love
fucking
it.
Trey. Fucking
Go
Lance,
with
man.
Barton here.
He wants Barton. He wants Graham Barton out of Duke. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit draft. Thank you. Sorry. All right, Green Bay is on the clock. I think they could do. This sounds crazy. I know because they have Stokes and the man who will not be named on the other side. But I think they could go cornerback because they're paying Jair Alexander so much money that having a young cornerback to take over after him would be nice.
Yeah.
But they could also, they just lost David Bakhtiari and Tyler Guyton sitting right here, so that could be a thing as well.
Yeah.
I'm also biased and would like to see them trade out of the first round for a 7th rounder.
A
If-
7th
I'm-
rounder in 2 years.
I am heavily advising doing what's called a charity pick and letting the time on the clock expire and not take a player. That's what I would advise the Packers do right here.
Okay. Well, I know we were going with. I was just going to let you guys pick.
Okay, who are we going with?
We already got a funny name. We're going with another funny name, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid.
All right. Tampa
wonder what-
Bay.
I wonder.
Man.
Just a quick side note. I wonder what Kool-Aid's favorite flavor of Kool-Aid is.
It's grape. Everybody's favorite flavor.
That.
Is
Oh, okay.
That is
Not like
racist.
that.
I was going to say
God
that's
damn.
racist.
God damn. No, just because
Everybody's-
everybody's favorite flavor is grape, dude.
I
I,
will
No,
say I
it is.
enjoy the
Who's
grape flavor
everybody?
myself.
First of all,
mean, everybody with a
Okay,
fucking
I
set of
enjoy it
taste
too.
buds. Are you about to
I
say fruit
enjoy
punch?
it too, but it is not. No way, dude. Like I'm going with kiwi strawberry or orange or
It's either fruit punch or grape. Orange is like kind of acceptable, but not really because orange.
Are you
Kool-Aid sucks.
7? You're a
but-
7-year-old child, Brenner.
That's who likes fucking Kool-Aid.
Okay, well we're adults on an adult podcast right now. Okay.
Are we adults? We're grown men talking about imaginary things happening. Are we adults?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We are.
Brenner's gonna show up to the pod next week with like a big thing of grape
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna set it right here. I'm just gonna leave it there and just eye Dalton in the camera like this the whole time. All right.
Are we ready?
GM,
Yes.
who is Tampa Bay taking?
They're taking the best guy off the board. They need a lot of positions. It's Nate Wiggins.
Cool. All right, we got Arizona on the clock. Who you feeling? I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is sitting right there. You could get two. You could turn your whole wide receiver room upside down right now.
Especially after trading away Hollywood Brown.
Or you could go and get Zach Frazier. You need a center.
Well, I was gonna say it was gonna be a lineman, and it was either gonna be Frazier or Guyton here.
I think Frazier's the way to go if you're going lineman.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
I agree.
All right,
I'm cool with
Frazier it is.
do
Two
it.
first-round centers. We're fucking crazy over here. All right, now we're going to lose it on the board over here. You won't be able to see the picks, but we'll tell you who's up and what the picks are. So just hang in there with us on that. Actually, I might be able to. Can I go down? Okay, there we go. That's as far down as I can go on the page. So We get 1 or 2 more picks out of it. But the Buffalo Bills are on the clock.
All right, who do I take, guys? There's two. There's 2 guys that I'm looking at.
Brian
Lad.
Thomas or
Lad.
that safety?
Take Lad McConkey.
Lad.
Lad McConkey.
Nope.
He wants Adonai Mitchell. He wants to take Adonai Mitchell. He should
Nope.
take Lad McConkey.
I'm not even looking at the wide receiver position here.
What position are
Oh.
you looking at?
You're looking at
The
Guyton?
Bills. The
You're looking
Bills
at
need
Guyton?
defensive help. What are you talking about?
yeah, but
Yeah,
there's not a
you're
lot of
right.
defenders right here.
There's a
right now.
couple there. You got Tyler Newman, and then you also have Chop Robinson, who I really like this year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I could see doing Chop. I
Yeah,
could see
take
doing Chop. What? Look at the GM fucking out thinking all the scouts. Classic move. You go
That's why
Chop
he's the
Robinson.
boss.
I like Chop. Do Chop Robinson. That's
I
who I
like
like
Chop.
here.
I like it. All right, and then we all know if you've watched us before, you know what I'm going to say right now.
Yep.
The Detroit Lions, with the 29th overall pick, have selected Peyton Wilson, linebacker, NC State.
Or the top running back on the board.
Nah, they already got Gibbs. They took running back and tight end in the first round last year. They're obviously going to take a linebacker this year.
I want to see something. I want you to go to edge rushers.
Ain't no way they take an edge rusher. They're going linebacker.
Okay, that's all I want
Sir.
to look at.
Sir, I would heavily advise you go back to looking at linebackers as your scout. Mr. Campbell, I would heavily advise you go back to linebackers.
I was looking at Darius Robinson here out of Missouri, and then I was also looking at Lad McConkey out of Georgia.
I don't think they go receiver. Not in the first round. I mean, they could.
You don't-
They could use it.
They
could
definitely
absolutely
they
use
need a number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah.
I just think with Ben Johnson's ability to call plays and how smart he is, he doesn't need that, and they need defensive help.
They do need
Alright.
defense.
Well, then
help.
we
They
had-
did.
I
They
don't
did
need to be the
very
one to
well.
change it up, I guess.
Yeah, I think they did really well offensively.
You
They
are
did
the
well
GM,
enough.
though. I'll put it to you this way, sir. Our offense and offensive coaching staff feel very comfortable, but our defensive coaches feel that they could use some extra help right now.
All right, so then, hold on, go back. Go back to the board, the normal board.
Hold on. Yep, I'm going back to it.
All right, so as my scouts, do we want Peyton Wilson
Yes.
or do we want Darius Robinson?
I mean,
Mm.
potentially Peyton Wilson.
I think Peyton Wilson.
All right, I'll take y'all's
Oh.
advice on this one. We just lost
We
Riley.
lost Riley.
At least he was able to say it.
He's
before he
back.
left.
He's back.
What?
He
I don't
left
even-
for a
We're
second.
just-
I don't even know what happened there.
I don't either, but you were gone. All right. Peyton Wilson to the Lions. That's the only pick we've made for them because that's what they're going to do. And if they don't, leave us alone about it. All right. Anyways, we're on to the Baltimore Ravens. All right. And their main needs on the screen, as you can see right there, you can just barely see it right here, is wide receiver, O-line, edge, and cornerback. And Tyler Guyton's just sitting there.
That's who I was gonna pick.
Yeah.
That's exactly who I was gonna
all
fucking
right, so
pick.
sending Guyton
Yep.
off to Baltimore he goes.
Yep.
All right, next up is San Francisco. It says they need O-line and cornerback is their, needs. Now, is this the spot where a Denver potentially jumps back up into the first round and nabs a late first round quarterback in Bo Nix? Sean Payton likes the accurate.
Is there anybody interested in this trade?
I think you only trade up if you
No.
think
Nobody's
someone
technically
else is
interested.
going to.
Well, Denver doesn't pick till midway through the second, and there are teams that
Well, they
could
could
jump
also
up like
trade up
the
and
Well,
Raiders.
But that if you think someone's going to jump, you trade up. But
I think you
at
could
this
make an
point-
argument that the Raiders could jump you to trade up for Bo Nix.
Will you go to the corner position
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Let's
most
see
of the
what's on the
quarterback
board.
needy teams already have their quarterbacks. They
Except
went
for-
1, 2, and 3.
Denver and Las Vegas would be the two that need a quarterback still.
Yeah, it would be between them two, and I don't think they're gonna reach up until maybe the second or third round to try to probably the second round.
Yeah.
And this one's tough. I don't necessarily think they need a wide receiver here, but I could see them taking. I could see them taking. I could see them taking Lad McConkey here.
I like the Lad McConkey pick. Brandon Ayuk leaving, getting another like certified stud route runner. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Lad McConkey. Assuming Ayuk is out the door. Last up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, talk me out of them. Because I know there's two guys.
Because he's not the best receiver, dude.
There's two guys.
You're getting fooled by the speed. Like, if we look at the top 10 40-yard dashes of all time, there's like two dudes that are actually good.
You can afford to. Take Xavier.
I'm not. Well, I was gonna say I'm not. I'm probably
with Brian Thomas Jr. on the board. You're gonna pass on a Pro Bowl player for some extra speed when they just signed the dude who's the rugby player who would have been the fastest dude in the league last year. They went out and got their gadget guy already. All right, the gadget speed guy's off the board. They don't need that. They need a certified stud receiver who can go up and win 50-50 balls. And Brian Thomas Jr. is sitting there waiting.
Well, I was going to take a Donnie Mitchell here.
I mean, that's also an acceptable. I would accept that one too. He's also good. But look, like, my thing is struggled. He did good against Kansas State and KU, which KU is actually kind of underrated. But he also struggled against Washington, and Washington's secondary was asinine all year. I don't know. He's a good receiver. He's got good size, but he played in a very friendly scheme, and I think Brian Thomas Jr. also did, but I think he's the better overall player. Florida State, amazing defense, played great. Like, look at these grades. Look at this. I mean, ignore Georgia State because that's not impressive at all, or Troy because those aren't impressive. But I mean, he had a couple bad games. Alabama, he struggled. Mississippi State, Mizzou, Auburn, he struggled. But Arkansas, Ole Miss, Florida State, Texas A&M, Florida, all good SEC teams in which he played really well. Now, granted, he did have Malik Neighbors across from him, so I will give a little asterisk there, right? Like, he had a great receiver to take attention off of him, but that doesn't always mean you're not great.
Yeah.
I think Brian Thomas Jr. is I think on my personal board, Brian Thomas Jr. is like a top 25 player. They have him ranked 28 here. I would probably rank him a little higher. But, I mean, I would definitely have him above Tyler Nubin and Peyton Wilson. Both those guys would be below Brian Thomas Jr. as far as impact players go. I think you should send it. I think you should send Brian Thomas.
Yep.
Talk me into it.
He told me to talk him into it. I talked him into it. That's what we do here. All right, Steven, you're welcome. I sent you a premier playmaker at the next one. All right. Oop, that isn't in our playbook just yet. I don't know what that means. All right, here we go. So here's the first half. Let's see here. I'll just zoom out here a little bit. Probably a little too far. There we go. So you can't see these last two picks down here at the bottom, but that's the board. We'll have this posted up on the IG tomorrow for everybody to take a look at. Let us know what you think. I mean, is there anything crazy in this? I think this is the most cool-headed mock draft we've had yet. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the other ones have been kind of wild. I feel like this one was pretty legitimate. I feel like our GM did a really good job keeping a cool head, keeping it focused, not going crazy. I feel like he did a good job.
Agreed.
Well done.
All right. Well, do you guys have any closing remarks? GM Spoon, anything you'd like to say?
No, I'm content with it. I like it.
All right, boys. Thank you all so much. We will see you all again next Wednesday. We'll have the podcast out. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think, tell us what you love, tell us what you hate, and we'll see y'all then. Peace.
GG's.